you so much, Quincy. So, again, welcome to day one of the Confidence Code Summit. We are so glad that you're here and that you chose to spend this time investing in yourself, your growth, and your family. Our first speaker for today is someone who brings both deep wisdom and lived experience to this conversation. Madhuri, and Madhuri, I do not want to mispronounce your last name. It's God. I'm not even going to do it. Can you say your last name for everyone, please, Madhuri?
Garigipati.
Thank you so much. And she is a life coach and guide for parents of teens, especially high performing women who are confident at work but struggle to find that sense of calm and connection at home. Through her work, Madhuri empowers parents and their teens to thrive, not just survive during the most pivotal school years, while bringing more peace into their households. What makes Madhuri's work so powerful is that she doesn't offer quick fixes or parenting hacks. She helps parents shift how they show up in the moments that matter most, creating emotional safety, clarity, and confidence for both themselves and their children. So let us get started, Madhuri. So before we dive in, can you share a bit more about who you are, the work you do, and what led you to support parents and teens during these pivotal years?
Thanks, El. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. So I'm going to tell, it's story time. I'm going to tell you how I got into this. I was in IT for 24 years, and why am I doing what I'm doing from 1 year is I'm going to help you with that. Mom, you hear me, but you don't listen to me until I come crying to you. Those words from my son, sobbing in a parking lot, shattered my world. I thought I was an amazing parent. We had everything together. My son was high achieving. I was a high achieving mom. And we shared the world together. He used to tell me everything. Our community praised us. He had all these accolades. He was a second degree black belt in Taekwondo. He was the president of Boy Scout Club. And he was the nationally ranked debater, president of his debate club. So I thought I hacked parenting. I knew how to parent. You set goals, set the bar high, check boxes, provide whatever they want, put them in all the classes. That's it. Efforts, great outcomes. That was my formula. And I thought I already knew what to do. I was so wrong. I wore the crown of parenting as I just was short of making myself a gold star saying that the best parent in the world. I thought I had it, when parents said, oh, I'm struggling. It's like, why? Like, I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard my son cry like that, I was like, what is going on? The first crack happened when March 2020, COVID started. His SAT was scheduled on the day we had the shutdown. Yeah. His SAT got cancelled. Group classes, schools converted into screens. My son is somebody who thrives in groups. He loves going to school. He got put in AP chemistry instead of environmental science. We couldn't negotiate the schedules. Without the lab, without the hands-on thing, he lost interest. On a Thursday night, I had a 16-hour long workday. I was about to crash at 10 p.m. And he comes to me with fear in his eyes, moist eyes, and says, Mom, I'm really scared. I don't know anything for my tomorrow's exam.
Wow.
I'm like, this is not my son. He's always composed. He got everything together. I was surprised to see him that way. And I'm like, you know what? I'll fix it for you. What does a mom do? Always fixes things. I'm like,
Yes, we
okay,
do.
okay, I will fix it for you. Go to bed. I've got this. I took his organic chemistry book. 25 years later, I was a chemistry major. I did not touch chemistry in 25 years.
Wow.
25 years later, I'm like, okay, let me understand this. I was perfect score student in chemistry. Let me read this. It took me 3 hours to read the chapter, understand it.
Right.
I woke him up. I explained everything. And while I was doing this, my very supportive husband is like, let me find a tutor. This is not scalable solution.
Right.
We
That's so
are
awesome.
we are the power team, right? There is a problem, we
Yes.
fix it. So after 1 year, we kept finding him tutors when he had difficulty learning, all that. We thought, you know what, everything is settled. But in that parking lot, when he told me, Mom, I feel like I'm failing. I'm really worried
Wow.
about the colleges. I'm like, no, it's okay. You'll be fine. If one slipped grade won't happen. He said, Mom, stop talking. Just listen to me. At that time, he started telling me things. I realized I heard all of those things in isolation. When he
Ah,
did share all those things with me, but I was like, I was hearing them like one story here, one story there. Okay, it's a big deal. Come on, one person bullied you in debate, big deal. Come on, pick it up. You're stronger than that. What I realized was my son did not need an academic fix. He did not need me to fix anything for him. He wanted emotional support. He
mm,
wanted to feel safe to come and tell me and be vulnerable with me. One of the reasons he didn't tell me was I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and he did not want to add to the load.
oh, wow. Yeah.
He's the one who read about multiple sclerosis. What can that happen? Me and my husband did not read. We went through the neurologist's recommendation, but he did that and his world fell apart. A 14-year-old trying to understand his mom is diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. All these things, it didn't occur to me how it would have impacted him.
Yeah.
Every small thing matters.
It it
So
does.
I went to the pediatrician. I said, I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I knew at that time I had to provide him emotional support. I didn't know how to. The culture I came from, we don't talk about our feelings.
Mm,
When you are crying or when you are sad, it's like, come on, pick it up. You have to be strong. You have to be bold. But how? How can I be bold in this? Tell me how. Nobody
right.
teaches emotional awareness to us. So I
Right.
didn't know.
So, as you're sharing this, it sounds like there was a bit of a misalignment between the parents and the and your child. So, one of the biggest struggles that parents talk about is values, right? So, what matters to you doesn't seem to matter to your child. So, how do you help parents navigate that gap without control, conflict, or constant power struggles? And how you're finding that solution in what you're sharing right now.
So, what I realized, I did not know. I thought values are values. We all should have, these are the core values everybody should have to be a
Right.
successful person, to be a great person. No, values keep changing with age. Each
Mm,
phase of life we are in, our values keep changing. I, as an adult, right now, after having seen life, my values, core values are different from my teenager child.
right.
So it's not about, hey, you have to have the same values as men. We as family should have the same. It's not about that. It's not about a power struggle. It's about what are your core values? What are your passions? I do a passion test with kids right now when they come. I do a passion test with their parents and kids, values test with their parents and kids. And then we see shared connections. At the
Mm,
bottom line of it, there will be, we have to find some kind of synergy.
mhm.
And then talk about, okay, I see that you value success. Let's define success. Success need not be a grade or a perfect SAT score. Success
Right.
can be you giving your best. Redefine it with them so that they understand, because of the community norms, because of the cultural norms, peer pressure and everything, their definitions are all screwed up. Let's
Mm,
help them. Aligning values is not changing your values to them or they changing their values to you. Aligning values is about creating that bridge. Let
mm,
me come closer to you and understand where you are.
right.
And then hold your hand through uncertainty, one step at a time, not controlling your future, not fixing your future, but hold your hand and say, I am here for you. Provide
Right.
that safe environment and help them cross the bridge and succeed in whatever they want to do.
That's awesome. And so in the story that you were sharing about how your son did the research on your diagnosis. So he saw, to me, what I'm hearing is that your son cared about you, and you may not have been aware of, like, oh, my son did this research because he values his mother, right? And that's why he did that. And then you guys, and so it was almost like that holding hand thing in this real life situation of like, hey, I value you, mom. I'm going to do this research. I care. And you guys had to catch up to where he was. Is that kind of what was happening?
Yes, I did not realize this is the problem, right? Behind all that, don't understand that they are actually engaged and they care, but they don't say it so much in words or actions.
Mhm.
We feel that they are aloof and they are in their own world, in their own room, with their iPods or, things like that. But it's not true. They care, they worry about us. That you will understand, and they will understand that you care for them only when we calm the chaos. We as women, like working women, corporate women, we deal with multi-million dollar projects. We lead effectively. We go and present everything. We change the world in our workplace. When it comes home, it is too close, too personal. Why? Because we feel their pain. We are
Yes.
emotionally attached to them, and we feel responsible for their failures.
Right.
So it is very important to learn how to calm ourselves, because when we are not regulated, our teens cannot be. We are feeding our anxiety to them. So it is very important to learn. I created something called a peace framework, P.E.A.C.E, a peace framework,
Okay.
which talks about peace, purposeful parenting. Understand why you want your son or daughter to be this way. Understand what kind of human they want to become, not you have to get a perfect score, and I want you to be a perfect score kid. I want you to be a grade, all through A's or GPA. Why do you want that? Explain your why. For that, you need to understand your why. Why am I telling my kids to do this? That is
Yes.
purposeful parenting. There needs to be an intention of why do I want my kids to make their bed every morning? Very simple, right? Mom, it's okay. I'm messy. I'm okay. It's my room. But why do you want to impose that? If you, as long as you're clear on the why, you will
Mhm.
be purposeful in your parenting.
Right. So a quick question in there. What would be an example of a why for making a bed?
For the example for making a bed, it is completion of what you started. You slept at night, you woke up in the morning, you made your bed. It is literally telling you, I completed that phase in my day. Otherwise, you will go, as long as you see your comforter on like that, let me snuggle and read. It is inviting you. It's like, come on, it's cold out
Yes.
there, snuggle. But if you make your bed and say, you know what, that area of my room is for sleeping. So you are compartmentalizing and you're focusing. Once you come on your desk, I am on my desk, I'm studying. It helps
Mhm.
you. These are little atomic habits that creates a discipline, and habits create discipline, and discipline makes your behavior, and behavior gives you life transformation.
Thank you for that. All right. That's purposeful parenting.
Yes. So, and then you have E, which is expand your horizons. Most conflicts at home is because of narrow thinking.
Mm.
We as parents, we studied decades ago. We feel that this is how it should be. World is changing, especially now with all the technology changes, right? You should Try to understand, expand horizons. If your daughter comes and says, Mom, I want to become a DJ. So there is no point of me doing any STEM subjects because they are not needed for DJ, right? But it's like, oh, no, no, no. What will you be like? What will you earn? Do you think you'll feed yourself? You'll go homeless. Instead of that reaction, because it is coming with fear and frustration. Let's say you're CEO of a company, right? You're like, my daughter is going to be a DJ. What is this? Where is my legacy going? Right?
Right.
Instead of that, try to see why she wants to become a DJ. Explore with
Mhm.
her. And okay, why don't you do music technology? I don't want to go to college. I directly want to go to some music program and then do this. I don't even want to pursue college. You know what? Why don't you pursue music technology? Take music as a major. That will help you open up more options for you, right? So that
Mhm.
way you can be way more qualified for more opportunities. You need not struggle in your career. So that is
Okay.
where you expand horizons as a parent. Learn, and once they explore, they will like, oh, you know what? This is not. They themselves will figure out, and they'll come back, right?
Right.
And then similarly, we have rest of it. P.E.A.C.E, align values. We talked about it. C's, cross bridges. We talked about it. And then last one is embrace change.
That one's harder.
Yes,
Nobody
embrace.
likes change.
If we cannot like change, how do you expect your teenager to um, a teenager to change, right? We have
Right.
to model what we are asking them. And actually, it is way easier for them to change because they're very young, their minds are very malleable, they can change. It is very hard for us change. If we embrace change, we are modeling them that I am doing it. Even though it is harder for me, I'm doing it. So it's
Yeah.
easier for them to pick that up and model us and change themselves, right? So
Right.
we are
Yeah.
practicing what we are preaching. That is the peace framework. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk more, and we are going to take a hands-on workshop with that as well.
Awesome. So, Madhuri, I really appreciate your peace framework because is this, and just to for me to be clear, is this from the parents' perspectives? The parents are doing the peace part, or
Yes,
is it both, or is it children only?
it is parents are doing the peace path, but with the coordination of their kids. When
Okay.
parents, I coach parents mainly because parents, when they understand and change their behavior, kids automatically change and they follow. They are actually seeking for attention, they are seeking for direction, but they should feel guided and not managed or controlled. When we work on peace framework, we are working in collaboration with our kids. So they automatically see that and they jump into the wagon. You don't have to separately have parent thing, teen thing. No, parents do it, but it has to be, it's a collaborative effort.
Right. Okay, I have another question. Okay. Now, what happens when we have like societal or cultural or even inherited ways of parenting? So, for example, for me, what I was told is children are to obey everything that their parents tell them to. And my dad he was a doctor and he wanted us to either be a doctor or a lawyer. There was no listening to anything that I had to say, right? So, and that was a cultural thing and just probably just my parent thing as well, because he was just like, I want my children to be successful, and this is how I see success, right? So, how do you reach those parents who have that kind of mindset to be able to shift into the process that you're talking about peace?
So the parents who come to me, they see some sense of they care about their kids' emotions or something, like something is missing. My kid
Hmm.
is sad. I'm giving everything my kid needs. I'm throwing money at all the classes. I'm giving success. I'm rewarding her with MacBook Airs and Apple Watches. What else does she want? Right? But I see somehow she's sad. She's not as happy as she used to be with me. She's avoiding to talk to me.
Right.
Parents, once they feel that small pinch, but they don't know how to, those are the parents they seek my help. And
Okay.
when they come to me, I tell them first, I explain to them the emotional awareness part.
Okay.
How to be aware of your child's reactions when your child is slamming the door. An obedient kid who was obedient until now, suddenly she started slamming the door. Why? That is not the time to discipline your kid. That is the time to understand why is she acting out? Why is he acting out? So
Yes.
I teach emotional awareness to parents first, and then I teach emotional regulation to say when your kid is acting out, how do you regulate yourself to mainly understand. For me to understand why you're throwing stuff at me or like being like very rude, I need
Right.
to calm down first. I need to regulate myself, not to react, but to respond.
Yeah.
So I give a small 3-minute tool to parents saying that put this on your fridge. Your kids will see, your spouse will see, your grandparents will see, everybody will see, and they will pause for a minute.
Hmm.
Nothing good comes in snapping out your answers.
That is awesome. Yep.
Silence, there is power in silence, there is power in composed behavior. So I teach that pause for a minute. That will give
Okay.
you all the answers. I don't have to feed you the answers. I don't have to tell you how to reach to your kid. I don't even have to hear the specific examples you're telling me. I will tell you pause. Once you pause, your inner intelligence kicks in. You will be actually able to hear your inner intelligence. Otherwise, we all are smart, but we never listen to it because we are so caught up in the chaos.
Right. And that was kind of what you were talking about earlier about being in survival. By doing the pause, you're supporting parents to shift out of the survival mode and into that way of thriving. Is that
Yes,
accurate?
yes. I literally help parents not be victim of their own emotions,
Yes.
but empower themselves to hear their inner voice and be purposeful and intentional about why am I asking my kid to do this. The moment they are clear, automatically everything falls in place. No,
Awesome.
no direction, no guide is needed, and your direction is very different from cues and from my direction. We all, once we pause, you exactly know what to do aligned with your own kid, because your kid responds differently to my kid.
Yes.
Their values are different, but you are the only one who knows and can tell what to do with your kid. I, as a coach, cannot guide you, give you a cheat sheet of step one, do this, step two, do this. You don't need that cheat sheet.
Right.
You just pause, regulate yourself, let your inner voice kick in. Then you see a clear, in movies they show, right? That infrared rays or whatever the path shows to you, you go step by step. You don't have to really worry about the future. That is what I mean by holding your kid's hand in uncertainty. And holding is not literally holding, it's like being there for them. They could be in a college somewhere in another state, another country, but
Right.
emotionally being present with them in uncertainty because they are scared of uncertainty.
Yes.
We have seen a lot of uncertainty in our lives. Did you ever expect you would be here today when you were 13 or 14-year old?
Right.
Every
Right.
Today we had so many uncertainties in the morning, at night.
Yes.
We never expected these to happen. My son came home sick from school yesterday. I did not expect that to happen.
Right.
So
Right.
we are used to it, so we have become experts in uncertainty, but you cannot expect the same from your teenager who does not know all that. So
Right.
saying that I'm here for you, let's just the support, just the support that I'm here for you changes their world.
Awesome. So, Madhuri, with everything that you just shared, I know people would love to be able to get in contact with you. So, do you have anything that you wanted to share with others?
Yes, I just talked about the pause framework. It's a quick 3-minute tool that changes you from reactive to responsive parenting. It just takes 3 minutes. So I think Q has dropped it in the chat. So you can
Yes.
pick that up and download it. And as I told you, put it on the fridge. It's not just for you or a parent, it's for everybody. When we pause, whichever life phase you're in, you respond instead of react and become mindful. So I would love to give that as a gift to all my audience. And I think you can contact me at pathtocourage.com and email me at madhuri@pathtocourage.com.
Awesome. Well, Madhuri, I really appreciate this time of being able to interact and hear your story and your experience with your son that has led you to create this wonderful gift. And it's in the chat, so please grab that gift. Thank
Thank you,
you.
El. Thank you, El. Thank you very much for hearing me and my story. Thank you.
You're welcome.